Welcome to Iraqi Dinar News, your go-to destination for verified developments in the world of currency revaluation and international finance. As of the current date in the USA, we're tracking what could be one of the most significant monetary events of the decade. Confirmed updates reveal that this Friday, both the Iraqi Dinar, IQD, and Vietnamese Dong, VND, are scheduled to have their newly adjusted exchange rates publicly posted and activated across global financial systems. After years of speculation, online chatter, and delayed hopes, this long-anticipated milestone now appears fully confirmed. So, what's unfolding behind the scenes? Multiple reliable financial sources indicate that both the IQD and VND will have their updated values go live simultaneously across every major financial hub, from New York and London to Tokyo and Frankfurt. These rates will not be staggered or region-specific. This is set to be a globally synchronized release. International banking infrastructure is being actively prepared as we speak, suggesting that this is not theory, but rather a meticulously planned event with institutional coordination on a worldwide scale. The Iraqi dinar, long the focus of revaluation watchers, once held considerable strength across the Middle East before decades of war, sanctions, and instability decimated its value. But in recent years, Iraq has undergone massive financial restructuring. It has increased its crude oil exports, reformed its tax and banking laws, and taken significant steps toward integrating with global markets. This week's scheduled rate release could represent Iraq's formal return to the international financial stage, in a position of renewed strength and stability. On the other side of the globe, Vietnam's story has been one of rapid transformation. Over the past 2 decades, the Vietnamese dong has been supported by a booming export economy, rising industrial output, and aggressive foreign investment. The upcoming revaluation may be Vietnam's signal that it is shifting from an emerging market status to becoming a fully recognized global trade competitor. Although official rate values have not yet been disclosed, industry forecasts suggest bold possibilities. The Iraqi dinar's new rate is projected to fall between $1.00 and $4.50 USD, while the Vietnamese dong could land between $0.10 and $3.00 USD per unit. While these are estimates, even the low end of these figures would represent a historic leap from current values, resulting in life-changing gains for currency holders, both institutional and individual. What makes this rollout particularly unusual is its universal scope. Once rates are live, they'll be instantly accessible through every licensed trading desk, banking system, and Forex platform. There will be no early bird privileges or behind-the-scenes deals. If you possess authentic, legally acquired IQD or VND, your exchange opportunity will be the same as anyone else's, no matter your location or status. Over the years, theories about secret exchange centers, elite pre-releases, and backdoor contracts have made waves in online communities, but the real picture is much simpler. Exchange rates are governed by strict regulations and enforced uniformly across platforms. When the change happens, it will be transparent, visible, and identical for everyone engaging with licensed and regulated institutions. Now, picture this. Friday morning headlines flash across media outlets worldwide announcing the historic adjustment to Iraq and Vietnam's national currencies. Foreign exchange markets react instantly, central banks respond, and individual account holders rush to confirm their next moves. What we're looking at isn't just a currency shift, it's a financial ripple with the potential to affect millions of lives and investment portfolios overnight. If you're holding IQD or VND, this is your time to prepare with clarity and caution. Contact your bank to review their foreign currency policies. Find out what documents you'll need. Store your notes in a secure place. And most importantly, breathe. There's no advantage to rushing or making impulsive moves. Measured steps over the next few days could be worth far more than hasty decisions. As with any event drawing widespread attention, there are also growing risks. Fraudsters are known to surface in moments like these, offering fake priority access or promising inflated returns. Stay alert. Never ship your currency to an unverified address or deal with anyone who isn't associated with a licensed financial institution. If someone claims they can double your return or get you in early, it's almost certainly a trap. Protect yourself by staying inside the official channels. So, why now? This timing isn't random. Both Iraq and Vietnam have made intentional efforts to reform their financial architecture. Central banking systems have been modernized. Foreign investment frameworks have been improved. This rate activation could be the capstone of long-term efforts to position both nations more securely within the global economy. And it doesn't stop there. Recent updates from major financial institutions strongly support this transition. Large commercial banks have upgraded their foreign exchange software, retrained currency department personnel, and internally prepped their systems to handle a surge in IQD and VND exchanges. These aren't signs of hype, they're signs of readiness. This synchronized revaluation of the Iraqi dinar and Vietnamese dong may spark a wave of similar moves from other countries. As these two currencies gain fresh international recognition, nations with undervalued or unstable currencies could be motivated to reevaluate their own monetary positions. This is not merely a currency event. It could initiate a broader shift in how global finance adjusts to emerging economies, inflationary pressures, and shifting trade dynamics. Millions of people around the world have patiently held on to IQD and VND, waiting for the day their investment could become a reality. Communities on social media, financial forums, and YouTube channels have kept the conversation alive for years, often facing skepticism and doubt. And yet, it is now the quiet patience of those long-term holders that may be rewarded. The conversation has changed from someday to this week, and from rumors to implementation. And the frontier's resistance has cracked the front rear end of the. If you're one of those holders, your actions in the next few days will matter more than ever. Don't get swept up in excitement or fear. Instead, focus on verified updates, work with reputable institutions, and stay in control of your decisions. Remember, you won't need to be first. You just need to be careful, informed, and deliberate. There's also an important point to understand regarding taxes. While the revaluation could lead to major gains, many countries, including the United States, will likely view any profit from exchanging foreign currency as taxable income. It's wise to speak with a qualified tax advisor before making any moves. That way you'll avoid unexpected liabilities and keep more of your gains protected under the law. The infrastructure being laid out suggests that governments are not only aware of the pending revaluation, they're ready for it. Financial regulators have issued quiet internal directives, and currency tracking systems have been modernized to handle new volume levels. Some international payment gateways are being stress-tested to handle an influx of wire transfers and foreign deposits. These aren't just signs of possibility, they're signs of execution. Adding to the global context, this event may also have deeper geopolitical meaning. Iraq's increasing cooperation with Western banking institutions and Vietnam's integration into supply chains that bypass China reflect new power alignments in the global economy. A bold currency move strengthens their negotiating power, improves trade conditions, and signals long-term economic independence. Another layer of intrigue comes from the role of the United States. Former President Trump, during his term, openly emphasized trade fairness and sought to address currency manipulation by several countries, including Vietnam. Many believe his administration laid the foundation for pushing nations to align their exchange rates more accurately with economic realities. While his term has ended, the effects of those policies continue to ripple through the current landscape. This moment may very well be a continuation of financial pressure campaigns started under former President Trump's leadership. What we're seeing now isn't just about individual currencies. It's about resetting positions in a global economy that's rapidly evolving. Central banks, private investors, and large financial firms have all been anticipating a shift like this. And now, instead of whispers in closed-door meetings, We're seeing real-time systems being updated, cross-border policies being aligned, and financial players stepping forward with intent. If you've been waiting for confirmation that your patience would pay off, this is it. The difference now is that all indicators, government readiness, banking coordination, and multinational timing, are pointing to a legitimate scheduled event, not a hopeful theory. While there's always room for last-minute shifts or delays, the groundwork laid for this Friday strongly supports full execution. As always, be cautious with where you get your information. Many online spaces are filled with hype, exaggeration, and misleading advice. Stick to bank notices, licensed Forex announcements, and verified institutional communications. It's tempting to chase speculation, but truth will always be found in transparency. This Friday might be remembered as the day the financial world stood still, just long enough to adjust two currencies that had been sidelined for decades. And for those who waited, researched, and prepared, it could be a moment of massive reward. In closing, keep your notes safe, your expectations realistic, and your choices deliberate. While the world reacts to this revaluation, you'll be ahead of the game simply by staying informed and operating through official channels. The breakthrough is here, and now it's your move.